Here I am, folks, at the Tucson Meet Yourself Live Festival. Last day, Sunday, 2025.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Pennington Street, in the historic country courtyard. And I was just talking to a Yaqui elder about plants. There's a lot going on, a lot of different kinds of food. Over there's booths that are tribal nations where the tribes can meet each other once again. And there's all kinds of stuff going on. But mostly a lot of really fascinating different kinds of food. And there must be some interesting cultural music here of all different ethnicities. A lot of your favorite, a lot of that one that a lot of us don't, it puts a bad taste, but then there's all these other ones, like the ones that, the indigenous ones, you know. And I'm live right now on StreamYard and maybe YouTube. So if anybody wants to discuss your festival experience, anything about your festival experience to the digital realm. I'm going to keep this going a little while. So we have henna tattoo, water marbling. Again, I respect these people that can just gathering so that they can get back to their roots and get back to their indigenous ways and connect. So now we have the Tohono O'odham. So this festival has been going since 1974, and since I am a foreign stranger to these hills, and until this last couple weeks, I'm going to do a live stream. If anybody wants to say anything about your festival experience, I'm live. That might be on YouTube, but it's only a tiny audience. And it's very interesting because I love different cultures. I love anthropology. I love to study all kinds of different things, you know, like culturally. That's why I love the Amtrak. So what made me think about staying here. A respectful anarchist man on disability, retired, elderly. I was talking about working in factories when he was younger, but he got on the Amtrak here and he showed me what I did on the trip here now. He slept, I guess I was the overbearing one then. And he slept in the seating area, or the window seats, the view seats. It turns out the Amtrak is cool like that and they don't mind. And so this occasion when I was coming over here, the old lady, I don't think she was being intentionally sadistic, but she puts me next to this maybe 300 or 400-pound guy that was actually eating the whole time I sat next to him, with a big tattoo of Baphomet on his arm, the arm that was going to be next to me. And I was like, man, I actually went and asked her for another seat, and then I went back and sat down next to the guy. Got on a punk t-shirt, so I thought maybe there's a common ground. I was a punk rocker, but anyway, so I went and slept in the window seat, you know, thing, and the viewing room. Pretty good night rest in there, actually. Nice bed. And so now I'm going to spend 2 strongs in this, at least here. It's very tempting to never leave because it's beautiful. It's got all the things I love as far as things. And this is the kind of things I love. Music and artisans and organic food and ganja. And just the basic elements. I would say Tucson has an abundance of those aspects and elements that I tend to favor for my palate to this, whatever it is, this co-creation with these demon archons and the respectful original. I'm tempted to stay here and give you all the way till they do the ceremony at 4 o'clock with the mask. But it's quite a cool thing to me to have all these different people, particularly a lot of these native Arizonians from the ancient days, all here gathered. And is everybody having fun? And this, let's say, it might be like kind of like a foodie festival thing. A lot of it. Resilience Kitchen. Resilience Kitchen. I like that. So, is anybody here? I'm gonna keep going. Tucson, meet yourself. Wow. It's coming. Whether you like it or not. I'm in some kind of line. Let me get across here. I don't know how I got in the line. I have like a phobia of lines, but I'm live right now on StreamYard, maybe on YouTube. If you want to say anything about how much you love the festival or whatever.
I just like to be able to eat different stuff, you know,
Nice.
try different things.
Nice, cool. I love this amazing variety. Yeah. Take care. So many amazing different things, huh? Just Oaxaca, yeah. Wow. And for anyone that's any kind of foodie there is, pretty much, you know, could be wowed by this festival. I would say, you know, like any person that loves food, you know, just wow. Look at that. Yeah, this is probably way more impressive as far as variety than I've ever seen in I mean, I don't go to food festivals in general, but kind of like pepper beans. Is it right here? Yeah. second. You know what? Tucson is a lovely place in many ways. All these tribes, all these different nations can live in harmony in Tucson often. And that might be due in part to the level of respect that Arizona has other places do not have. They, you know, the Hopis were said to be as far as I know, I think the Crows, the Hopis, there's only a few that kept their lands. So the Hopis were one of the few tribes that actually kept their lands, right? So I mean, Arizona, the native Arizona has a history of respecting rights and, you know, having the discernment and maintaining it. You know, I made that video that said maybe the Hopis, the Rastafarians, and the Krishnas will inherit the earth. As Jordan Peterson said that in the Greek translation, meek meant somebody that had a gun would never shoot it unless they needed to defend themselves, and that's what those tribes use this filth for anything but self-defense. You know? So it's a different game then. And that's what they pretend to do with it in the military, you know? I'm not advocating that. So, that's pretty hot festival, man. Yeah. It's when it cools down because it's, you know, in the 110 degrees every day for a while here in the August section of the wheel. So once you get to October and Libra and the people since 1974, they've all been getting together here and for all kinds of fascinating cuisines. And, some rituals, some beautiful rituals, you know. And we have a taste of Singapore. All right. Vegan, non-GMO. Let's see. Go back to here. It's interesting to see all these people doing their thing, man. They're sharing their. Now we see a decoration that reminds me of my newfound passion since I moved to Marana. I'm going to go tomorrow. Sorry, I'm going to go tomorrow and or the next day and hang out in the national park. It's dedicated to these beautiful saguaro, 30-something foot tall cacti. It's not. I'll always, if I don't move here, I'll always remember that symbol because I'm in the Sonoran Desert. And then the weirdest thing is I spent 20 years in a town called Santa Cruz, and I come here and I find a river, and it's called the Santa Cruz River, and the water is 80 degrees. Now ironically, the only organic warm water I got beside the hot spring this year was, and I went down to the Gulfport. Nobody ever told me that it's like 1 foot deep, 2 feet deep. And so I'm going down to check out this river nearby where I stay. It's called the Santa Cruz River. It's about 1 or 2 feet deep also, but it's also 80 degrees. It feels so good. Even though the detergent and all the chemicals from it's sewage runoff. Yeah, it's pretty gross, but they say it revitalized it. Yeah, Sean, Sean was telling me they're doing that in many places, and yeah, we're gonna have to do an episode about that shit. Here we go. So to really get down to the horrific shit of it all, to the sewage, but like they, of course, the city is we rescued the river by running the sewage into it and whatever. Like so, well, it certainly smells like detergents and shit like that. And anyways, but it felt good because it was 80 degrees. There he is. There he is.
And I can send you what it is.
I'm going live right now on StreamYard. I might be on YouTube live, but Yeah, I just thought I should get a little live stream of this festival. It's beautiful. My first visit.
Where are you from?
I'm from an island off the coast of South Carolina, but I grew up in um, in Spartanburg and Asheville, and then I spent most of the last 20 years around Santa Cruz in Santa Cruz County, California. And so yeah, I appreciate you coming and sharing your wisdom about the plants, and it's a beautiful festival.
Beautiful. Yeah, we went to Spartanburg with my ex-wife. We were doing workshop for high school students.
Nice.
One thing I told them was that in our culture, the first months are visit. We don't went to the village and the virtual.
Oh, I love that. I feel that, man. Yeah. Yeah.
And from there, one of the professors
The Cherokee, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's now the white people have done it too, but the first were the Cherokee people. They had, you know, the typical thing with politicians, the senators, the Senator Tom Davis put it on the bill in South Carolina 20 years ago, and they kept arguing because big farmers lining their pocket, and they can never agree on how much money they're going to make off the weed. And so this tribe in Cherokee said, they told the politicians, we have such a problem with opioid addiction, pharmaceutical addiction, and obesity, that they legalized it within, if you're a Cherokee, if you're a native Cherokee tribe. And then they have a doctor and all. So they just went ahead and did it. And now there's some of these other people they claim that their cannabis is CBD or hemp. They claim it's hemp flower and it doesn't have THC. But then on the jar it says 31% THC. So it's like they just tell an open, bald-faced lie to sell it in many places in the South. I just came back from Mississippi, so I decided to come here because I was passing through the Amtrak. And a respectful anarchist man, a retired man, was sitting next to me on the Amtrak, and it just cued my interest. I thought, what's Tuscon all? I didn't catch your name. You want me to call you?
Molina.
Yeah.
Oh, Felipe Molina.
Okay. Yeah. My name's Trey. Respect for your works. You know.
We also, I also went to North Carolina.
Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have. Yeah. You know, I will say that I haven't stayed on this. This man was actually a drunk mystic. He actually went to UCSC before they had grades, when it was only pass and no contest. And he would do a headstand for money, buy a bottle of wine or a 40. Then he'd talk about how we're all one and we should love each other when we're drunk. He had a horrible habit. He walked out in front of cars. When he was 57, he did that, and someone killed him. And someone stole some stuff. I was actually staying in the teepee in the canyons, in the Watershed Canyon, stupid location near him, and he told me it was stupid. About 6 months after he passed, and it was a heavy rain that year, so I took somebody stole some of my things, and I was like annoyed. So instead of reading spiritual books like I usually do in the morning, I took some of my blankets and I went to his camp. And he had left hefty bags there, and it was all moldy and rotted. So I threw out all his stuff, except for a few things I could carry. And then I cleaned his camp really well. And then I built my teepee there, and I stayed there for years, and I still have a camp there. But when I got done cleaning, all of a sudden the wind blew. And he had these letters he'd been writing back and forth from his brother. And it was a letter I hadn't seen. The wind blew, so the leaves. And I opened it up, it was a $20 bill. And so I really feel that he paid me $20. I always felt protected there, even though I got robbed a few times. One time after I started my channel, I must have uploaded 400 videos where I said the real Christ is within you. And when you remember that, that's the real second coming, is when we remember. Then I go, am I in an Illuminati town? Is there such a thing as Illuminati ritual theft. Is what I meant to say. Because my birthday is December 15th. It was January 15th. Martin Luther King Jr. the holiday from school. I go back and they knocked over my teepee, slashed my tent, took all my belongings on Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. I said, well, it could be a UCSC student who was poor and angry, evil, but then is there such a thing as ritual theft? But so yeah, but beside that, I felt protected there. I even went back there and nobody messed with me, but courageously, you know. But it's interesting. I bring that up because that's part of my beside the Castaneda thing, you know, just having developed a relationship with that property, that land, to where like if they still had homesteading laws, it would be illegal for me to be there now to protect because I took care of it. So what I mean to say is that I feel that the native people, it's a relationship to the land is a huge feature too. It's different.
We can do all these things that are very, very offensive to our society, but when the name of Jesus Christ is,
I mean, people have a garden in their yard and everything, but I mean to say, especially that I was able to get away with that. I was lucky that I was able to do that. But just it's different just out of the courtesy and respect to have a relationship with the land you live on, whether you rent or own or you're just like that on a homestead on the I think it's legal in Arizona and Colorado to go on for 2 weeks at a time on you know, and camp out. And so, but you respect the land, your relationship with the land, you know what I mean? And so from that experience, I felt from years in that spot that place, and I started growing blue, purple potatoes there at the end. But that place is I could feel that the land itself loves me, you know what I mean? And that's something I think we need to revive with humanity, you know? Thank you very much, man. It was good, very much. Good day. You too, sir. Thank you very much. All right, I didn't think I was going to run into him again, but there you have it. Some time with an elder. Some time with, I don't know, I want to say that word because it's, you know, some time. A teacher from the exact town where my hotel is, man. How about that? How about that? I share with you some timeless now moments with my teacher who is from where my hotel apartment is, man. You know? How about that? Is that a blessing? Is that an impressive blessing from Tucson? I'm not trying to be impressive, but it is a live stream. I mean, shit. So what do you think? Should I hang out till they do a mask dance? It's cool, man. I got some more time with them. Some more moments with you. There you go. We're gonna melt this thing out.
¿Verdad?
And of course, every day in October, Tucson has that perfect 80 degrees, man. Just you know me, I like it hot, so that's it. That sweet, not under the trees, right? Under the trees, but cool. I don't know if this scenery. Somebody's cigar smells good, man. I like the smell of a really good cigar. It's funny because I hate the smell of a fucking cigarette, right? Is that weird? Well, it's normal, right? This seating area comes with a very interesting sculpture. So my new boy here, I'm gonna have to check it out with the audience. I would say Tucson loves have a massive artist community. Artists. What's your favorite thing about this? I want to go live. Want to go on a live stream? What's the best thing? What's your favorite? What's your
Sorry, have you heard about Project Blue? But yeah, I want to have a future. Totally. Yeah, but then you need water and finance and stuff. And so projects like this would really like have a future. I'm going to take a picture, or you can take a picture, but get to the website. Yeah. This will also take you to the website.
I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind. I'm doing a live. I don't think I have any audience right now. But
I don't know that I want to be recorded. Yeah. Yeah, we're just trying to get.
Picketing, but I'm a member of Brave Free Santa Cruz. They do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're out here just trying to get folks to turn out. And they were arguing about this meeting.
What's the Project Blue about?
Project Blue is a data center.
Okay, let me just turn off the camera.
For Amazon Web Services, and they're trying to build a data center south of town near Vail. It would use a ton of water. It would increase our energy rates. It would just use more energy. So we're trying to stop it, and we're asking the Board of Supervisors to reject this project. They're really one of the only governing bodies left who can do something about it. So yeah, we're trying to get folks to turn up to this meeting on Tuesday morning. To show opposition. So yeah, you can show up, you can email, you can call your Board of Supervisor.
Okay. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just mentioning to the audience, I discovered this beautiful river in Santa Cruz River, and I'm just coming for 20 years, mostly around the town with that name in California. Ironically, it's the only nature water feature I could find near my beautiful hotel apartment in Marana. It's called the Santa Cruz River. And so I put my feet in, and it's like perfect. And the thing is that I never knew there was a river that was as warm as the ocean and the Atlantic in summer. Like it was 80 degrees. I'm like, wow. But then like I could smell the detergents and shit, and like, and I read this thing that said that they're running the, I don't want to say sewage or the treated.
It's treated.
It's disgusting. Like put all the chemicals in there, but like they say that they cleaned up the river. But because I want to go swimming in it, then I think about they're flushing all these chemicals and all, and I just like.
The Santa Cruz used to run year round as late as the 70s, but we use so much of our water all over now. So that's why we're trying to like stop projects like this. We really need to be mindful of our water resources here.
Yeah, it's such a it's so wonderful to have a warm river though. I didn't know that existed in the USA. Honestly, like I don't think in Hawaii, anywhere in the USA, but like so of course I'm almost to Mexico, so this is my first two strongs here. I want to say weeks. I'm working on my first two strongs here. I'm thinking about staying, but yeah, I love the town. It's really beautiful. You know?
Yeah, you're here at such a good time of year.
Yeah, I decided to do that. I wanted to come. I was just telling the shaman, or I don't know whether it's a shaman or I want to say a plant medicine teacher, native Yaqui medicine teacher is from the town I'm staying in. Actually, I just came here to watch him do a talk primarily, and then at the last minute I decided to do a live stream. But so yeah, talking about shit, I forgot what we're saying. That's right. Anyways, yeah, I appreciate you and
yeah, totally. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, just
enjoy your time here.
Yeah, thanks. But then I came at that time. I came in that part of the wheel. Oh man, if I come out here and let's see, what is it? 2 weeks, they're gonna be. I bet you could find similar to Santa Cruz. They're gonna see costume parties for weeks straight, right? Just they celebrate it here. They celebrate the dead. Creepies. Overall, I said I had a good time here, man. Like I achieved my goal of learning some wisdom from a native teacher. I got to see some interesting kinds of things. I don't really have so much of an attachment to this mask thing and ritual, but I will say that it is a beautiful festival, for sure. Any good festival that has art has got to include this kind of thing, man, right? But look what it is. It's hilarious. Hilarious, literally, but it's like, hey, everyone has ever had a fantasy of writing shit on the wall in the fucking bathroom that didn't do it, right? Everybody who ever wanted to, but they were too nice. Now they can. It's like a bathroom writing free for all thingy. It's like hey, well, what if you could just write anything in the bathroom and you can't get in trouble because it's not a bathroom? I need some comedy, so we'll have to leave it on the comedy. I could get lost in a town like this pretty easily. So many cool people, artists, and as I've said, it has all my needs. Particularly enjoying that, of course, AM sunshine at the West Coast is naturally and subversively through the geoengineering lacking often. You know, it's somewhat natural. Let's put it this way: it's somewhat natural to have that white bog, but in Tucson, you know, you get very. We got one day of sprayed rain, you know, and they said 47 people died in Mexico because of an avalanche, and they said nobody was ready for it. That was the most more rain than they've had in a year. So yeah, I mean, they can do that. Yeah. Besides that one day, like it kind of drizzled a little bit. That seemed sprayed too, but I like it hot, so I think it's perfect. I don't know. At least in October. There's a someone with an instrument. I'm seeing it busting. I wasn't clear if they would kick me out or even had it in me. This one right there. See what we got. We're going to have some fun at this. Have some fun at this. You're gonna have some fun. I got strong from the feet, so to speak. We got start dancing before I go. Come out to this Meet Yourself Fest. At least that's all I know, because that's all I've seen. We got everyday work life, and then I would say the Tucson's like to party. They know how to party good. The Tucsonians love to party. Oh, they like the food. They like good food. I like the cultural aspects. Because I'm an anthropologist. Yes, never leaves, man. He's always there. He's always there on the shoulder, man. Just He's there. He's there. We don't forget. We don't forget. Because one day, we will defeat his ass. And there will be no more. And then I won't have to worry about the stupid memory wipe ever again. Because I will defeat his ass. And I will defeat all my fears. And that's one of the main keys, obviously. If I don't do that, then he might come back in. He might sneak in. That's why the cops walked by me when I was dancing. They didn't give a flunk, man. They didn't think it was weird. They set my cell phone on the greasy bicycle chain, and they didn't care because this is a festival, man. In Tucson, Arizona. Anyways, thought you guys might enjoy it. Checking it out with me, and had a pretty fun time. So drop a comment, like, subscribe, follow me on Odyssey, Rumble, and hey, why not create a great moment, day, it's your own festival.